Yo, it's Corey and Kurtis, come to murder this. If you ain't heard of us, we're the two murderers. Yo, we need two girls to come and service us to get rid of our nervousness. Cause it's Corey and Kurtis coming live from the podcast. Soon you're gonna be able to see us on Comcast. Two skinny white boys doing slim fast. We're hyped up and we're charged. Come and take a look through the arch window to see what you'll find when you enter inside of our minds. It's a deep, dark, dank think tank when we rhyme. If you're a fan of this page, like and subscribe. Spread love, not hate, because we're all part of one tribe. And that's time.
Yeah. I did not expect that at all. Hey man, you're actually quite good.
Oh, dude, that was just, cheers, man.
Sweet. All right,
Appreciate it. I was a bit nervous.
No, man, that was really impressive. That's super surprising.
Thanks, man.
Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode with Chats with Corey and Kurtis. That was Corey freestyling on our intro song. Fantastic, man. Really impressive.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I want to listen to that back. That's great.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Awesome.
I appreciate that. That's I don't know, something that just popped into my head. Like it was midweek that I just wanted to get at something talking about the podcast, and then I wrote a little bit. Some of that was a little bit just off the head, but like just that last little bit. So I was like, I thought I was kind of running out, but
no, it's cool. It's
cheers,
sweet,
man.
Yeah, we'll get a proper beat. That's something we plan to do actually.
Yeah.
As we develop this show, we'd like to set up like a little booth and maybe just wrap some of the things that we write down. So we'll have a few other cameras set up around this room. Yeah. And then every now and then we'll be able to play a track, and maybe we'll be even able to get some guests on in the future.
Definitely.
Rappers, up and coming guys in Melbourne.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm super into that, and we've spoken about that a little bit. And what were you saying midweek? It was like get a tent kind of thing, like.
So there's like camping showers. They're like I don't know, like a portaloo, the shape of a portaloo.
But like more domey.
Yeah. And then inside there we could put insulating panels, and then set up a mic stand and a camera in there. Yeah, it'd be sweet. I really appreciate that. That'd be sick. Yeah. That'd be sick. All right,
What's up with you, bro? What's up with you, man?
Actually, had a good week, reasonably good week. Went to work every day, which was an improvement over last week.
Yep.
And then
how was it? How was work?
Good, man. Good. Felt on the go, and as though I wasn't sitting around maybe being inefficient or ineffective.
Okay, did you think you thought that you were inefficient the other week?
Yeah, like I definitely knew I was. Like, I can tell when I'm dragging the chain.
Okay.
Yeah.
How so? How do you feel? Like, what's the feeling that you get when you feel like you're dragging the chain?
Normally, I'm thinking like a few steps ahead when I'm cleaning.
Okay.
So yeah, like, it's hard to describe for people who don't clean windows, but you've got like a set of windows laid out, and you know what kind of tools you'll need to use to clean those windows. And so you can say like, I can prepare these 3 windows to be cleaned, and then I'll go along and clean them. Or maybe I can only do one because it's a big window, and by the time I try and do another, it'll be dry or something. It's a really niche thing to talk about.
It's very niche.
But yeah, you think
but to all the window cleaners out there, what's up?
You guys might know.
Yeah. Up high on the BMU. No one knows what we're saying. No.
But yeah, you think ahead, and you prepare, and you know what you got to do.
Always.
And you're not like sitting around, I don't know, just feeling slow. Anyway, this week it felt alright.
Okay, good to be back. Is it good to feel back to normal? Kind of. Well, I wouldn't say normal, because what's normal, right? But
it's hard to say normal. I actually had my first appointment with my psychologist this week.
You had it?
First, yeah.
Oh, good, man, good.
Thursday night, yeah. That was an interesting experience.
Yeah, talk to me. I've only ever seen someone once, and for one session, way back. Well, I'll tell you about that after. Talk to me, man. I'm excited, because I feel like this is something that you know, because we talk every week. We talk a fair bit now, especially. And, but I mean, I'm no professional.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And no, I don't know how to work it, but I'm not getting paid to listen to you, but not that I want to get paid to listen to you. Do you know what I mean? I'm here for your friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your advice comes from personal experience and things, but the advice that would come from a psychologist would be from things that they've learned in textbook or in their studies. So they might have a different way of approaching.
Yeah, and they might be more sensitive to maybe if you were to say something where I might say something that might trigger you, not on purpose, but you're right. Maybe I'm trying to relay something back from my past, like you were saying, to help you out. But I might be doing it in a ridiculous way. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm like forcing my opinion on you, or maybe I'm just like being, you know, I don't know, not how impactful enough. Where, you know, you're right. They read textbooks and they do, you know, years of study to maybe learn how to, one, build rapport with people, and two, you know, really communicate and really listen and be sensitive around the topics that you need to be sensitive about.
Yeah, this guy, the way he approached questions was like non-judgmental, and
So it was a guy, yeah?
Yeah, it was a dude. I won't say his name or anything like that yet, but yeah, the questions he asked were, I don't know, it actually felt kind of weird because he would answer a question and he would write something down.
Oh, really?
What's he write?
Yeah, what's it?
Yeah. But,
yep.
But his emotions were pretty flat in the way he reacted to what you said. Yeah. But yeah, you kind of open up a lot.
Yep.
It's strange because it's the first time meeting this dude, and it's hard to be comfortable around someone when you're speaking about topics that really affect you, like topics that stop me from going to work, like collectively, not individually, but yeah. And so it was a little bit difficult at first, but after a while you kind of just say whatever's on your mind because that's what you're there for.
Yeah, well, you're paying, right?
Yeah.
Is there government subsidies? No, government subsidies.
Yeah, there is. So yeah, fortunately in Australia we've got, I think, 10 sessions. You can see some practitioner. I'm not sure what the limits are on that 10 sessions, but yeah, they will rebate most of the price, like 2/3 of the price of a session. Yeah, so for up to 10 sessions.
So if it's like $100, is it Medicare will rebate you $78, something like? Is that right? Like something along those lines. 66.
If it was 2/3, but yeah, it's a fair amount.
Oh, it's 2/3. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Not 3/4 or something.
What am I talking about?
Yeah. So it's about that. I think it's really reasonable how much they give back. Yeah, in fact, it was more than 2/3.
More than 2/3.
Yeah. But that means you're paying for it. That means every person who pays tax in Australia is paying for it.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing because we kind of accept that. Like, I'm happy with paying taxes. We might have spoken about this a little bit before. Because
we did, yeah.
In the time of need, like, you want it to be there. You want some support to exist.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like, well, you're right, man. If we didn't have paying taxes and whatnot, then you wouldn't be rebated $66. You'd have to pay a full $100, and now $100 out of your wage every week. I don't know about everyone else, but it's a lot. And to go see someone, you know, if you think about it in the big scheme of things, you like need it or want it, or it's helping you. And I'm sure, like, you seem better, man. Like, not better, but you seem just a different energy right now. Maybe because you got some stuff that we can't talk about off your chest. Do you know what I mean? Which is awesome. So you've kind of a bit more relaxed today, I feel.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
when I rocked up, it was just like a different vibe, man. So it was cool.
That's good. Yeah.
And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that you went. You know, you didn't tell me until just then. So
yeah. I think my experience with these kind of emotions in the past have been that it's something that sticks around for a while, and it gets better, and then it comes back 6 months later. Like, yeah. So it's very difficult for me to say whether having this little short session with this guy helped much, but it could be that time has just passed and maybe I'm getting a little bit better. But yeah, I've worked on things that should help my mood, as in, like, I've cleaned the house and I've got to advertise now. So if anybody out there is needing a place to rent, yeah, and they're clean and tidy. Yeah.
Do you have any preferences?
Yeah, vegans or vegetarians, if possible. It's up to you. I want to try.
No cooking meat in this joint.
Yeah.
I'll stab you.
That'd be perfect if you were. But yeah, like things like that which were weighing on my mind, and the psychologist kind of helps you reveal things that you don't recognize are on your mind.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, may as well go deep into it.
Yeah, man, I'm right here.
Religion was still a big thing. Not that I think about religion much anymore, but the effect that my decision to leave my parents' church, my family's church, still has on me today, and how it was probably the most emotional thing that I had.
Banked up.
Yeah, I felt like that was the changing point in my mood in my entire life. Yeah, I haven't recovered totally since I've left my family's church. Yeah, which is crazy, and maybe we can speak about religion and stuff at a later date in more depth. But yeah, which is pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, let's speak about religion. Let's make religion a full podcast episode topic.
Yeah.
But to go into a little bit, if you don't like, can we go in just a little bit? What was the feeling when you left it, or what made you decide to leave it? And you know, it's like a little two-parter question. I feel like a student asking a teacher something, but like, it's, you know, what made you want to leave it, and then now what is holding you back because you've already left it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so what's that feeling?
Yeah, like to me, it's old news. I left when I was 17 or maybe 16, somewhere around that time. And that's like 7 years ago. Yeah. And I don't think about it much, but yeah, I guess the reason I decided to change and step away from it, it was a major part of my life. Like, it's something that my family participates in greatly. Yeah. Like, 3 times a week and some great events throughout the year as well. So
full on church and
church,
doing hymns.
Yeah,
and
singing hymns. We can elaborate on it further, but yeah, kids. Like, I started participating in these meetings when I was 11.
Okay.
I started reading the Bible and
at 11.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and sharing my thoughts with what I learnt.
All right.
Yeah. But I started participating when I was 11, and I'm not sure why I started, but it felt like there was a bit of pressure. And then, when I was around 16, 17, I thought I began to step away from it because I was exposed to all my friends at high school who weren't really religious, but they helped me see why they weren't. And it was weird because they had reached this conclusion before I did, which was weird for me. Yeah. Well,
they probably didn't necessarily grow up with people like parents who were religious, right?
Yeah.
So they probably reached the conclusion a little bit further than you to be like an atheist maybe, or to decide not to follow religion because, you know, some people don't think it's real. And I mean, it doesn't matter what you believe. Like, you know, if it helps you, as long as it helps you and projects good energy and stuff like this, I think what happens with religion, and I don't know about what your religion is, you know, or what it was, sorry. But sometimes it can definitely get culty. It can get, you know, and we obviously all know the classic Catholic Church priest, you know, child molestation situation. Molestation situation. But I think like it doesn't. So they probably reached that conclusion earlier because their parents. Like for me, I didn't have. We were baptized.
Yeah.
Okay. I was baptized Catholic, but I reckon I've set foot in a church maybe 4 times in my life. One for my cousin's communion. which is I think I'm very vague on the religion. I think it's
I'm sorry.
no, it's cool. It's like maybe a coming of age kind of thing, and then you put the wine on the potato or the chip. Is it cracker?
It's meant to be the body of Christ. I think.
That's right.
But I don't know what it is.
And they eat it. You know, everyone talks about
Elodie, Brennan. Yo, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's up? What'd they say?
Just smiley.
Oh,
faces.
just smiley faces. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah. Took the cracker.
Yeah, and then her confirmation, and then I think the next time was my friend Brent's wedding, years later, like 3 years ago maybe. No, actually 4 years ago, 2014. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, Brent, if you ever watch this.
But you weren't going to the church for churches. So
No. I've just only ever been in for events like so I've never been a church goer, never been a Bible reader. You know, so maybe if we were in school together, I would have come to that conclusion a little bit before because I didn't have your parents, right?
Yeah.
So sorry, go in depth.
High school was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Yeah, being exposed to all these different thoughts. The town that I'm from was a multicultural town.
Yep.
We had a lot of people who were immigrating from other countries, and they followed different faiths, and some of the kids there didn't follow any faith. And so for me, being able to witness many of these other faiths and to have people who were entirely devoted to them and thought that they were 100% correct and faultless, that I could see that we can't all be right. If your religion is claiming that it's the one true religion, and many religions think that, only one is correct, if that is true. Yeah. If
they even are correct, right?
So if it is true, only one is real. I think that if some other kid by chance being born into another family following another faith thinks the same way that I did, then something's weird, something's wrong here that I couldn't find an answer to. Okay. And maybe that was the first time in my life where my parents couldn't help me. Like nobody could really help me except for friends who were already at that stage, and also people who had written books on the topic. So Richard Dawkins was one of the first authors that I read about who spoke on the topics of religion. And then there was also Christopher Hitchens was the name of the man, who died in 2012.
Okay.
Which sucked a bit for me because I only found out about him after he died. Because I would have loved to have met him, because I think he was instrumental in me coming to the conclusion that I wanted to leave the church.
Okay.
So I didn't believe in it anymore.
All right, and now what do you think that you're years later, 6 to/7 years later, what are you struggling with? I mean, and again, you don't have to go into it, bro. This is private stuff.
No, I want it to be out there. This is something I've been open with for a long time.
Okay,
I've spoken about it on my website.
Yeah. What's the website?
Wayfaringwolf.com.
Nice.
It's also my Instagram handle and everything else. Yeah.
Lovely, mate. Plug everything, dude. Why not?
Yeah.
There's enough out there for everyone.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. So it's something that I'm okay with now, but I think it's left scars, mental scars.
Okay.
Because from when I was born, my entire social group of friends all participated in this same church. I didn't have friends outside the church, and if I did, they weren't good friends. They were like neighbors, you know. And well, I didn't really interact much with my neighbors. Maybe other people do, but I don't think it's very common these days. Like the house I'm in right now, I don't really know my neighbors.
You don't know them or them, or
I know a little bit about the people I can see across the road.
Do you ever wave to them and say g'day?
I will, but I won't have a big long chat to them.
See that's what's wrong with the world, man. No one knows their neighbors, dude. You don't even know not you, but no one knows their neighbors.
Yeah, we're becoming quite disconnected.
Disconnected, bro. I live with my brother at the moment, and the neighbor. Now, I haven't gone over, intentionally or whatever, but he's been outside and we've had a chat. Him and his wife were outside the other day, and I came back from the gym and I went to the sauna and the spa, and then I came back. And then I went to the gym and then I came back home, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, did you just hit the gym? Did ya?" Must have been looking big. No, but he's like, "Did you just hit the gym or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, in the sauna and the spa," and then we got into it, right? Maybe had a 5-minute conversation. And then the other day I had my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu rashi on, so it's like this tight rashi you wear under your gi, right? And so it's like no gi. You do a no gi training as well as gi training. So no gi is you just wear the rashi and some shorts or whatever. And I was running out the door because I was running late, and I run out the door, and then he stops me. He's like, "Oh, you're off to BJJ training." And I'm like, "Hang on, this guy knows BJJ. That's cool. That's random." And he's my next door neighbor. And I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Oh, where do you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, Renegade, South Kensington, little plug." But it wasn't. But and then we literally got into it for another 5 minutes. I'm like, "Man, I'm running late, but I still want to talk to this guy." And he's my neighbor. But if we didn't have those interactions, I don't know the neighbour on the other side. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, it helps you feel a bit more welcome. When you do speak to your neighbours. And
it's good too, because then if you're going to have a party, you can go there and be like, "Hey, we're going to have a party. If you guys want to duck over, come over. And if you don't, just know we're going to be loud till about 11. Is it 11 or is it 2? I could be wrong. Why it's 11 and 2, I don't know. I thought it was 2 that you had to tone it down, but I think it might even be 11 now.
It's 11. I think it depends. Like, there's different rules for actual license places, but I'm not sure how it works with residential gatherings. Yeah, I really thought it was quite early.
But you have that, and then if you go away, you can just knock on the door and be like, "Oh, do you mind feeding my dog?" Or "Do you mind just keeping an eye on the place?" Or this and that. So it's really good to know your neighbours. But like you said, man, everyone's becoming disconnected. I don't know how many people I talk to who wouldn't even know their neighbours, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I just went on a tangent, dude.
The community is dissolving, feels like it a little bit. Because we don't do that much. Well, I don't. In the bush, you do a little bit more.
I feel like everyone's laid back, man.
There's a bit of people help each other out in the bush.
Do you think it's too busy in the city, man, and everyone's got their own lives, and we know everyone in the world has their own life, but everyone's just busy. Everyone's got to go to work, or everyone's got to do this, or everyone wants to get home to their phone, or everyone wants to get home to their computer or TV, or no one wants to just chill and chat like they used to,
I think we're really exhausted from all the social interaction that we have in a city. Well, I am, and that's my personality though. Like I get sapped when I spend time with people.
Facts,
that sucks, but like I hate being with people, but that's when I lose my energy. There's a good example about the difference between introverted and extroverted people. It's a really basic example and doesn't cover all the aspects. But introverts lose their energy when they're with people. Then they get tired and they only become stronger when they have their alone time and they can just recharge. But an extrovert person will feel more energized when they spend time with people, and when they're alone, that's when they start to feel down and exhausted.
True. I think I have a healthy balance.
Some people do.
Right now at the moment I have a healthy balance because I love my alone time. I really do. I froth my alone time. But then I love to go out and chat. But then sometimes, you're right, there is times where I'm like, I could just go, like if I'm out maybe having a couple of drinks with some friends or something, I'm like, oh, I could go home and I'd be fine right now. Do you know what I mean? I could go home and chill out and I'd be sweet. So I go home and I chill out. So I feel like that's a balance. I can be good in a social situation, then I can also be good at home.
I think even in the city, well, if you are working in the city, that there's so many people that even an extroverted person will still feel zapped of energy at the end of the day, and then they can't be bothered dealing with their neighbors or whatever.
Dude, talking on that just quickly, man, I want to get full circle back to religion and stuff, like just that small topic that we were talking about. I literally put up on my Snapchat, what was it, 2 days ago, I was in the city, and literally I saw all these people walking across from Flinders Station, just maybe going to work or coming home from work or vice versa. Yep. I can't remember what time it was, but it doesn't really matter.
So Flinders is a pretty busy part of town here in Melbourne.
Yep. Yeah. And I've literally put on my Snapchat and everyone just literally coming from Flinders, walking across to wherever they're going. And I Snapchatted all these people. There was probably, off the top of my head, there was like 600 people.
Wow.
Busy. Yeah. Busy. Literally just walking all across this, you know what I'm talking about. You would have seen this. Yeah. About 600 people. And I'm like, man, and I looked at everyone's, like, not every single face, because 600's a lot, but I looked at a lot of faces. There was a lot of, like, and then there was a lot of,
okay.
You know what I mean? So it was a mix between both. But it was just insane how many people. You wouldn't see that if you were in a country town. Yeah. You wouldn't see 600 people walking as a collective that don't know each other, that are just going to their daily work or they're doing their daily things, going shopping, whatever. And you wouldn't see that out in a country town.
No. That doesn't make it to work because they'd be too busy talking.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably all neighbours.
Yeah.
600 neighbours.
That's right. Yeah.
Neighbours.
Yeah.
So why did you? Like you were gonna say, you're a bit open with this. Why are you wanting to? Like, why do you think it's like maybe hindering you at the moment?
It's like a. I said that I have all my friends were in the church, and I had very few that weren't, and if they did, they weren't good friends. And so when I had left the church, I gave up all those friends, essentially. So all the support network, everything that I had in my life, I gave up because fundamentally we disagreed on a basic principle in life. Yeah, we thought that we were here for different reasons. Or maybe I thought that I wasn't here for a reason. And they did. Yeah. And so losing that kind of this entire portion of your life when you're a young person and you haven't developed the skills of going out and interacting with strangers, and I hadn't even had a job by then, so I was relatively inexperienced, socially.
Okay.
It was very difficult for me to give up everyone. And then I had nobody. Like my family still participated in the church. My brother was the only person that maybe I could relate to very well. And then I had a good friend in school as well that I got along with. That we spent most of our time with each other. Maybe not physically, but online, playing games.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so for me, my social network became my online group. Yeah, and that's carried through to today. So most of my friends or my social interactions are online with people that I know, but I don't really spend a lot of time with physically.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I think that leaving the church at that age without the skills stunted my progression. If I was still in the church, I might have been able to keep on developing slowly without getting pushed back and without feeling like I was so different to everybody else.
So you feel like you're so different because you maybe haven't had the same experience as everyone else because they were outside playing and doing this.
All the kids that didn't go to my church, I couldn't relate to them in any way.
Yeah, that makes sense. That it's weird because high school can be like, so pivotal, more for a social standpoint, I think, because, what you learn in high school doesn't necessarily, just off the top of my head, like Eminem dropped out at year 9. I always relate back to this. Eminem dropped out at year 9 and has made it ridiculously big. Like, my brother's doing quite well. He left school like year 10. He's doing quite well. It doesn't necessarily mean, what they're teaching in school is going to be great. Obviously it is, it's good if you go to, high school, then you get a, good, ATAR, and then you go to a uni and then you get a job out of it. And then I guess in like today's standards, from what you hear a lot, from me personally, what I hear a lot is they do this and they do this. Like, so the school, uni, study, barely go out, barely see friends, and go into a job, or they don't have jobs now. Because it's like there's no jobs, you hear that a lot, don't you? So there's no jobs to go to. So it's like, did I just spend all of my time maybe not get, focused on my studies, not making friends, maybe not, conversing with the opposite sex, maybe not doing this, that, what, the other. And now I'm 24, 25, maybe even older, maybe even younger. And I'm like, where do I go from here? What am I doing? Like, it's put me into this mindset of like, now it's hard to make friends. Because when you're a kid, dude, for me, the internet wasn't as predominant as it is now. Yeah. Like, I'm only 26, but it wasn't like, we would play street cricket. Like, we'd just knock on everyone's door in the street, because there was a lot of kids in our street, which might have benefited me to being who I am a little bit, and outgoing a bit, I guess. We'd knock on the door and we'd be like, hey, does Bo want to come out and play cricket? Hey, does Daniel want to come out and play cricket? Hey, does Brad want to come out and play cricket? And we'd all just come out and play cricket in the street. Alex, we had a mad crew. It was sick. Youngest to oldest bats first, the oldest to youngest bowls first, and we'd all just get along and we'd all be friends in the street. And in the summertime especially. And so there was that, and then for like school was like primary school, was just like, it's so easy to make friends when you're a young kid. Now I guess getting older, if you don't necessarily like possess those skills, it's not impossible to get those skills. Really not. It's really not. It's all a mindset. It's all, if I'm having a bad day, I try and smile a lot, and then this is as basic as it gets. I try and smile a lot. And I'm like, I just keep smiling and smiling, even if it's fake smile at the start, because I'm pissed off. And then I fake smile, and I'm like, what was I even pissed about?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, you just start laughing, or I hit the gym, or there's so many factors, but just like glossing over it at the moment. So primary school, it's so easy to make friends as a kid, like, and for me, like, the social, like, I wasn't, I guess, top dog at the school, I wasn't bottom dog at the school, and now looking back, what is that? It shouldn't even be a thing.
Status and stuff.
There was status in high school, which is dumb.
Yeah.
Now that you're out of school, it's what?
Yeah.
So I would class myself in the middle. Just straight in the middle. Had friends, did not have friends. So I had friends, and we had a decent group of friends. But I wasn't, I didn't think that I was here. Yeah. And so, that is, but on the opposite side of that, I haven't been to uni. I haven't done this and that. But you can go to uni at any time. You can, people change careers at 50. People change careers at 50. So it's like they've been like a cleaner all their life, or they've been a nurse all their life, and they're like, I don't want to do nursing, I want to do boxing. You know what I mean? Random. I want to be a PT now, or I want to go to school and be an accountant. I want to do this. I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like there's two things. Like, you can be super social, it's like that street smart, or you can be book smart. You know what I mean? I feel like you got to find a mix between both. Do you know what I mean? And it's not impossible for you to get that. Do you know what I mean? If that's what you are feeling. I mean, I'm just fucking talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know now, in the time that I've had after school, that you can develop yourself. Yeah. Moving to Melbourne was like a massive help for me. Yeah. Because I started working a retail job.
Where was that?
And that was at Officeworks. Yeah. And that forced you to interact with strangers all the time, and you had to work with your colleagues. And get along with them, because otherwise work sucks if you don't get along with them.
Work sucks, man, if you have shit people around.
Yeah. And so that was very important to me, even though it was difficult to me at the time. Some people who had a different background growing up, they might have found that really easy. Like meeting new people and stuff, and working with them, and just talking to them in general. But for me, that was really difficult. And so I feel like that was the big problem with leaving the church, was I didn't have those skills. and I've had to, in the last 6 years, try and build up on my own, because my family, they don't really have that ability either, because all their relationships are based off people who follow the same ideology. Yeah.
So their support group is in the church virtually. So their support group is friends who think the same as them.
Yeah.
We might have difference of opinion on some things, but it's like, we get along. Do you know what I mean? We're friends.
Yeah.
So it's like you somehow, like in work, we were brought together, forced in a way, not really, it's not forced, but we were brought together to chat and come together and do this, and this is like, we're like-minded in a lot of things. So I think that's what you have to find, like-minded people. And in those 6 years, you're right, it's good building skills and learning, and dude, even having friends on the internet is cool. That's fine. I feel like people, every time, not every time, but I ask a lot of people that I'm like, oh, how did you guys meet? And they're like, Tinder, but they're like, what's he going to think of me when I say Tinder? Yeah. Who cares, man? You met on Tinder and then you met up and then you're fine. It's cool. For plenty of fish, whatever. For me, I'm a bit different. I like meeting someone naturally and in person. That's just me. But there's nothing wrong with meeting people on the internet and being friends with them and then meeting up with them. And because if you're like-minded, I think we were talking about this last week. You can go on groups and stuff and excuse me, sorry, the coffee got me. But it's like, if you meet people on the net and they're like if you want to be vegan and you're like, oh, hey, I want vegans to come and live in my house. That's a preference, and that's fine. And then you find other people who like that, and then they'll, you might meet up with someone during the week or something, and they're vegan, and then you talk about that, and then you get along, and then that's a friend, bro.
Yeah.
That's virtually a friend right there. You build a relationship and a foundation around that, around your like-mindedness, and even if you don't get along forever, maybe you just live together here for a year. You know what I mean? And then you're like, next year, it's like, you've got each other's numbers, got each other on Facebook. You can talk whenever you want. That's cool. You can catch up whenever you want. We all get busy. We all get this and that. But if it's, Daniel, Jimmy, let's say it's Jimmy. Jimmy's a common thing that I'll go to, I think, with random people's names. Yeah. Let's say it's Jimmy and it's Kurtis and Jimmy, and then you haven't seen him in like 5 years. And you'll be like, oh, bro, what's been going on? How you been? Let's catch up. And you're like, dude, let's catch up. I'm keen. You catch up. Do you know what I mean? So you just going through life making all these different friends. And it's not that these are never not friends. It's not that, but just the world at that time bring you together. Do you know what I mean? But it's a weird one. It's a weird one to, when you're older, to deal with social stuff. You know what I mean? But then if you have not, if the care factor is, I don't care what people think of me. I don't care if I'm a vegan. I don't care if I wear glasses. I don't care if I have a weird hairdo. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, dude, accept me for me. Yeah. And if you don't, then I don't want you around.
Yeah, it's the other person's problem. Yeah, it's just something that you have to build up through time. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if we want to round up that topic.
It's
something that I felt like I was a step behind everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of that. And then, it's just taken a long time to build up.
That's more than acceptable. I see where you're coming from. I 100% see where you're coming from, dude. Alright, so on the next thing, we want to do a little bit of a plug. Our good friend, our good friend Dylan Butler has started up a supplement company.
Yeah, that's right. We can show it now.
It's called Get Some.
Get some subs.
Get some subs.
All right,
Get some.
Probably not quite. Yeah.
No, but he's got. So this is C4. This is a pre-workout here, and this is a little shaker I got from him. I'm actually going to try this C4 while we're on the net here. Yeah. But if you want to go into,
let's show this. Yeah. All right, yeah. So this is the website for Get Some Subs. You can see here. Let me just move this. All right. So. All right.
Awesome.
Here we are. We can see all the products that Get Some Subs stock. Obviously, they have all aminos, pre-workouts. We've got protein shakes. They also have a vegan range, which is fantastic.
Yep.
Something that actually gets them or stands out from all the other supplement companies here in Melbourne is that they offer free same-day delivery to people in the metro part of Melbourne, so in the city.
That's awesome, man, because not a lot of supplement companies deliver same day. Actually, I don't know any. It's all like if you order protein, it's a week later, maybe more.
Yep. So it's same day and it's free.
He'll come to your joint.
Yeah, and he'll sort you out. So yeah, we thought we'd like to mention that, and Corey will review this later on once he's ready. Yeah, to see what he thinks of
This
it.
flavor's Tropical Punch.
Yeah.
C4 Tropical Punch. Get some.
Sweet. I don't know how pleased you will be with.
No,
that's that. Yeah.
No, honestly, I'm gonna try it though. I'm not a huge guy on pre-workout. I don't think I've really ever. I think I may have had it once. I had I'm not too sure. Was it in the past? But he gave me this on Wednesday, and I've honestly been meaning to try it. Actually, and then we got a little scooper in here. Oh, that's awesome. I thought I would have had to get a teaspoon or something.
Yeah. No, that's sweet. All sorted.
And I'm going to go for a workout after this. So...
yeah, let me know.
I'll review it. I'll review it now. Hopefully maybe the effects kick in while we're on, and I don't know. It's not like a drug. It's a pre-workout.
Yeah, that's right. So it helps you recover, I guess. In fact, I'm not really learned on these things. What would you normally use a pre-workout for?
So pre-workout to get some energy. Sorry, to get energy to so pre-workout. So you take it to it's like a coffee kind of thing. You know, coffee get you up and about. It might help you push out that extra rep in the gym. It might help you, if you're doing deadlifts or so, and you're aiming for your max. Excuse me, or you're doing endurance training. It doesn't matter. It'll help you. My God, excuse me. It'll help you push out more reps and stuff in the gym. Like it's not too bad from what I heard.
Yep.
All
right, sweet.
So yeah, we just wanted to
give a quick shout out to Dylan and get some subs. Yeah.
Get some subs.
All right.
So we were talking just before about music.
Earlier in the week we were wanting to share say our top 5 artists, the people that we like listening to. So what sort of music are you mostly into, would you say?
Me, I am a hip hop fan. I feel like when I was young, it was all about hip hop. I was known, I guess, as school like as that hip hop dude. Not in like a cool way.
There's a term. Yeah.
What's the term?
I won't say it.
We don't need
bad connotations. We kind of sidelined it last week. Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, that's nice, by the way.
Okay.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tropical Punch. Artist.
And then he became a producer.
Producer, beat maker, DJ.
Yeah.
Is DJ? You would class him as a DJ?
Yeah, I'm sure he can DJ.
Yeah.
And he mixes his own songs when he does his live shows. So, yeah.
So you're more of a dance guy, kind of guy?
Like, yeah. And then I started listening to Australian hip-hop.
Oz hip-hop.
Yeah.
If not some of the best hip-hop.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Yeah. So...
Like who? Give me an example.
Yeah, the guy I listen to most is Remy.
Remy, dude.
He's a Melbourne-based artist. Yeah.
I've heard of Remy before and I've seen him live, but before you, man, I hadn't listened to Remy much.
Yeah.
So I started listening to Remy.
Yeah.
Getting into him because of you. So cheers.
That's sweet. Yeah. He's released a new EP just recently, featuring Riza Biza.
Yep.
And actually, he collaborated with Riza Biza. He's a New Zealand artist. And then he features like Barrow and Sampa the Great and stuff. They get a lot of guests on the EP.
On the EP, good.
Triple J plays a track called My People.
Okay, yeah.
And it's sweet. It's good to listen to.
It's good having all these other artists on his tracks, on his EP. On an EP, it's good to have to get a lot of people, to get people out, to get people known.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is.
Which is awesome. Who else for Oz hip hop?
Yeah, actually, Kiwi guy, Tom Scott.
Tom Scott. Okay, I haven't heard of Tom Scott.
An album recently, one of his first, called the Avondale Bowling Club.
Okay, nice.
I came across him because he featured on one of Remy's tracks.
Ah, dude, of course.
Yeah, and he had this greatest line. Like,
what was it?
I'll recite like a little bit. It's like, I bought the shit knowing damn well I can't afford the shit. I snorted all of it and ordered more of it. Something like we hit till the sun hit the morning. Fuck, I can't remember all the words. But it's like, pour it out. No, it's pure as shit. Shit was lit till the sun hit the morning on the... I can't remember all the words. But
cool,
yeah,
man. Good. Yeah, that's cool.
It was sweet. Like, he just has this awesome voice. I messaged him and he replied back to me, which was sweet.
I love that.
Small artists who are building like this big following. Interacting with your fans and your audience is really important. Yeah. But Tom Scott, really appreciate his music, and when he featured on Remy's track, it was great to hear. And now I follow him. Yeah. So I guess Remy. We've got Sample the Great, who's I think Nigerian girl.
Okay.
Who's moved to Australia.
What, hip hop? She's in hip hop. Like, is she would you call her like a rapper? Or?
Yeah, I would say she raps. Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
You should definitely check her out. So Remy, Tom Scott, and Sample the Great, the ones that I listen to the most.
Okay.
And they got Esoteric.
Esso, my favorite at the moment, dude. Yep.
And then another one that needs a mention is Watsky.
George
Watsky.
Is Watsky Australian?
No, he's I believe he's American.
Yeah, he featured on a song with Bliss and Esso in their Off the Grid album last year, 2017.
Very recent. Yeah.
Yeah,
and he
it was a good tune actually.
He can rhyme so fast.
Yeah.
He has a way with words, kind of like Eminem, but a little bit different.
Yeah, and the accent's different too. Yeah. The accent, which is good too, because you want to have your own sound.
It's definitely unique.
Yeah, he's got his own sound. Maybe a little bit higher pitch, but there's nothing wrong with that. At all. Yeah.
But he was a poet first, Watsky.
A poet?
Like a spoken word poet, like slam poetry almost.
Dude, I went to slam. Have you been to a slam poetry?
No,
the best thing. Like, I took my girlfriend to a slam poetry probably 3 or 4 months ago, and there was this dude who came. There was probably 8 or 9 people, guys and girls, who got up and did slam poetry, and it is amazing. You don't realize how good wordplay is, or how good assonance and hyperbole and like all these. You don't realize until you watch slam poetry, and then you add that into your rhyme schemes, and it just helps you become a better artist. I think
poetry.
Poetry.
Rhyming is poetry.
Rhyming's poetry. It's rhyming words. It's telling a story, and man.
Yeah, that's his roots. He started on YouTube actually, Watsky, and then
he was a YouTube artist.
Career. Yeah.
Really? So YouTube artist rhyming, or was he just doing what we're doing?
Poetry is like stuff that he did during high school, and then he did stuff after high school and college, I think.
Good on him.
He finished college or whatever. But
See, it doesn't matter. That's another route you can go, man. No one ever says the entertainer route as a thing. They say, when people say, "Oh, I want to live this dream, and I want to be a rapper, I want to be an artist, I want to be a comedian, I want to be a painter, I want to be this and that," everyone just literally, they're like, "Oh, you know how hard that is to get into?" That's what they say. But then you're like, "Oh, what if I want to be a bricklayer?" "Oh, yeah, no, you can go and do that." What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you saying? It's like, "Oh, you know how hard it is?" Of course it's hard. Life's hard. Life's work. You know what I mean? So life is what you make it. It's if it's not hard and you're living, like, I don't know. If it's not hard, then it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? If everything was easy, if I win $100 million tomorrow, I didn't work for that $100 million. Do you know what I mean? If I work,
that's generally why people blow it. Yeah.
Dude, because you didn't earn it.
Yeah.
So peace out.
Yeah.
So, all right, is that your top
I'd
5?
say my top 5, yeah. So
At the moment, or is that your top 5 ever?
it
I wouldn't really go into
yeah,
it.
it
What-
varies a lot, man.
Okay.
I don't even know if I could order them. Remy's number 1.
Yep.
But the rest, yeah, like Remy, Sample the Great, Tom Scott, Watsky, and
SO, you said.
That's a turf. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just at the moment, just because,
Yeah,
like you said,
but
forever
Remy's
changing.
been around for a while, like a couple of years now.
Okay,
I
yeah.
really love his stuff. I'm seeing him next week.
Dude, I'm gonna go with you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with you. We'll buy tickets after this.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll buy them together. Oh, like I'll get mine. Hopefully it's not sold out.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure you'll find so.
Was that 170 Russell?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it might be Northcote Social Club.
Oh, dude, yeah, no. Oh, I think you might have told me that. Yeah, Northcote. I've been to. I saw Joyride
Yeah.
at Northcote Social. I saw Dylan Joel. I think I told you this maybe, but I
Yeah,
saw Dylan Joel at. He had a sit-down show at Northcote Social.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool because you walk in, they've got this bar on the left here, and then you go right, and then you go straight, and then right again, as it opens up into this room. The stage is literally, this big, like maybe knee high, a little bit higher, and it's real intimate. It's intimate, and it's really cool. It's really cool. My first time there was to see Joyride.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your list, man? I got the feeling you like Eminem.
yeah, definitely. Eminem is. It's unquestionable that he's the best, and I'm just gonna say that. Put that out there, that because no one will say it, and everyone rags on him, and this and that. But I think the general consensus is he's the best, right?
I would say so.
And I'm biased, man. I watched ever since
Most skilled.
most skilled, most got the multi-syllables, like the best at rhyme schemes, best at telling stories. Obviously Tupac and Biggie are in contention, obviously. And if they were still alive, that who knows.
They're kind of like cult classics, but when we're saying like best or most skilled, I don't think they're up there. Yeah, they're good artists. I love their music. Yeah, but I think skill wise, Eminem's like leagues and bounds above everybody else.
Leagues and bounds above everyone else, and I'll say that to the death. I'm biased on Em. I love him. I'll suck his dick if he wants. No, I wouldn't do that. No, but that he is. Yeah, he'd be number 1, and then honestly, it'd be Hilltop Hoods. Number 2, sitting in number 2 because I'm a big Hilltop Hoods fan and a big Aussie rap fan. At the moment, like I said, SO. I would put SO because SO raps like he's just happy, man. This dude is happy. He's gone through some, an alcohol addiction, and he's come out the other side. And even during that whole alcohol addiction, he was still rhyming really good and really positive. So, and now he's coming out on the other side, and got a kid and a missus and all this. He's literally, he's just positive, man. Every time I put him on, he just I'm happy. So shouts to him if he ever watches this, man.
Yeah.
Shouts to him. So Hilltop, SO for sure. But then you can't. A top 5 is crazy because then you can't. Me personally, I couldn't take out like Kendrick, and I love Kendrick, and Kendrick's just like new and prolific, and there's so many artists coming up and whatnot.
Anderson .Paak is pretty similar to
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
But who I've been listening to lately is like LL Cool J, man.
Oh.
Yeah, you were
Never
LL.
really listened to him. No.
Dude, he's like old school boom bap, just sick. Like early days, it's because he's like 1989 or whatever. Early, actually 1986, I think was his first album. And it's real like basic, not basic rhymes, but for them, like back then it would have been super, really good. But now you look back and it's obvious, it's good to listen to, but it's not, you couldn't compare him to.
It's not technical.
Not technical,
Yeah.
but it's good music. And then he's like his second album gets better. I think it's called Bad. I could be wrong. Then his third album, but I've really been getting into LL. So LL might be in my 5th. But you're right, it's forever changing. It's forever changing.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Like that's a weird mix, like those, because normal the top 4 is like Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac. That's like the consensus on everyone's mind. Like who's better, Jay-Z or Biggie, or Jay-Z or M, or imagine that. Was that a call?
Yeah.
Imagine that you took a phone call on the potty. But at the moment it would literally probably be Hilltop Hoods, and Hilltop Hoods haven't put out an album in a while. They said they were coming out with an album this year. I hope it happens because they're they got some great music, and it relates so much to me, and I just think they're again like leagues and bounds above a lot of other artists. Like, you know, there's like K21 and you know, in the Aussie scene, like K21, who came out with just an album just flexing, you know. I can't remember what it was called. It came out this year. Okay. He came out with a sick album, and he was just like rhyming, flexing. He's got the good voice. His technical ability is really good. And like all that, like Vents, Funkles, you know, all these Aussie artists are really good. And Bliss and Esso and 360's good. Cursor, I'm not a big fan of, but
he's too. Well, for me, I think he's like too rough. Yeah, I'm just not that. Yeah, not like that. Yeah,
dude, it's crazy because he's classed as like one of the best in Australia.
Yeah.
He's got a big fan base, which is crazy. But just for me, it's not necessarily my style. Yeah. And if you were to compare a 360 and Cursor, because they did a battle rap, you know, you wouldn't really compare them. They're two different styles. It makes no sense. But I'd rather listen to 360. That's just me, man, and that's nothing to take away from.
It's more chill. Yeah.
It's just more chill. Yeah. More my style.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do actually, and I have been listening. I did hear this song on the radio. I think it was 2 weeks ago. My girlfriend on Sunday. I was kind of having a bit of a down day. Like, it was just like, you know, I don't know what it was. I don't even know why I was having a down day, but it wasn't even a down day. It was probably a down moment. Yeah. Not of anything. It's just like, it's a Sunday, you know, maybe a Sunday blues, you know, knowing you got work the next day. That was more of what it was. Mm-hmm. And then this song comes on the radio. It's by Dave. It's called Funky Friday. Oh. Yeah, it's gangster. Do you like British rap?
Yeah.
Dude, I love British rap.
Loves like Skepta.
Oh. My man, shut up.
Yeah. Shut down.
Hello, daddy. I don't know what he says, but Skepta and Stormzy, Shoddy Horror,
Dizzy,
Luna C, Dizzy Rascals. He's performing at Falls Festival soon. Okay. And I'm like, oh man, I'd love to go to the Fall, because they put it up on Facey the other day, or Facebook. They were like, oh, Dizzy Rascals only show this year in Australia is Falls, and I'm like, I'm not going to pay to see all these other artists that I don't care about to see Dizzy, and I'd love to see Dizzy. He should do other shows. You'd make more money.
See
I don't get
Europe
it.
Sometime. Yeah.
You're going to see him?
Yeah, well, I will make time to see him one time. Yeah.
100%.
It's probably a better way to see him as well, I think.
In his home, you know, and just his crowd and everyone just, man, bonkers. Dizzy's got some great songs, and he's got some great film clips. I can't think of the songs, but he's like what song it is, but he's got this film clip where he's like, he's chopping heads off and he's a ninja and stuff. I'm butchering everything that I'm talking about right now, but Dizzy he's up there, man. Probably like a number one of British rap. But I'm a fan of Shoddy Horror, Luna C. So Shoddy Horror he was more of a battle rap artist he was a rapper, then went battle rap, and then now he's kind of he's kind of changed his whole style. Like, I'll give you some songs after the potty, and I reckon you'll like him. Luna C's real like rappy. Chipmunk, have you heard of Chipmunk?
Never heard of Chipmunk.
Chipmunk's really good. British, like the grime, that grime scene is gangster as.
Yeah. I think some honourable mentions that I need to bring up is Loyal Kana. He's a British rapper as well.
Loyal Kana, okay.
He toured in Australia last year.
Yep.
I went to see him at, this was not at 170. This was at the Corner Hotel.
Yeah.
And he really enjoyed the show. Everybody there supported him. He got played on Triple J quite a bit before he came. Okay. Which I think is kind of an inside job.
Yeah, he G'd him up.
The industry works now. Yeah. So they play you a lot on the radio. They plug your stuff, and then you come on tour. That's just how it works. Yeah,
that's how it works.
Yeah.
You won't hear of like an Amy Shark, and then tomorrow she's on Nova and doing songs with all these famous people and shit. I didn't know about her like 4 months ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or a year ago.
It's all connected, and it all just builds up.
Yeah, which is cool because like we said at the start, there's enough for everyone in this world. There's enough for everything and everyone. If you work hard and you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And so Loyal came over and he kind of blew up after he was here. I don't think it's related at all, but yeah,
he got the Oz scene behind him, like the Australians behind him.
Yeah, No CD was one of the biggest songs he had here, and then he's done like collaborations with Yves Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
Like he did a perfume, like a spray.
Oh, okay,
for himself,
yep.
And he's done a lot of other plugs. He hasn't done Calvin Klein, but he's worked with David Beckham.
No way.
He's heavy into football. He does a lot of work with ADHD because that's something he has.
All right, keen to check out his music.
Yeah, he helps kids out, like doing cooking.
Dude, all right.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And also another Melbourne artist that needs a mention is Charlie Threads.
Charlie Threads, yeah. I've not gotten super into Charlie Threads, but I've definitely heard some songs, and he's all right.
He's really skilled, and I love the way his voice sounds.
Was Charlie Threads who you went to see at one point?
I saw Spit Syndicate, and he came out before, so he was one of the side acts for Spit Syndicate. Yeah. Okay. So it was Turquoise Prince, who's a Canberra guy. He's great.
Turquoise Prince, honourable mention, Turquoise.
He's not super rappy. He's kind of more melodic, kind of like Joyride.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And but yeah, Charlie's a good artist.
Charlie Threads is good.
He's been out for a little while now, but he's gaining traction. Yeah.
Yep. Also, again, man, because talking about all these artists, like I back Fundamentals, man. I went to a weekend in the Gardens. I think it was, might have been March this year. It was, or maybe a bit earlier. I can't think. It was a couple of friends. And so it was, who was there? It was Spit Syndicate. It was, was it Spit Syndicate? I think it was Spit Syndicate, Fundamentals, and Illy. I'm pretty sure that's right. And yeah, it was, because that's right. We got kicked out of the first time we went to go see Spit Syndicate.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I got kicked out. Just one of my friends being silly.
Okay.
So then, but we saw it. We saw Spit. Pretty much saw their set, and then we're like, we'll just rock up for Thunders and Illy. And to be honest, Illy's good, but Illy's not in my contention of top people. But I like his songs. Like On the Bus, man, is a classic. His new stuff is a lot more poppy, but that's cool, man. If that's the direction you want to go, that's cool as well. And he still raps pretty good. Like, he raps hard. But again, like a Cursor, he's like that kind of spec, maybe even more popular, but not necessarily. Like, I like him, but he's not there for me. But that's cool, man. Yeah. Everyone different preferences, bro. I'll still chuck him. Yeah, it's just how it works. I'll chuck him on, and I'll listen to his songs, but I'll just rather listen to other people again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No hate. But yeah, so I went to Weekend in the Gardens, and Thunders were playing, man, and Thunders tore the roof off of that joint.
Okay.
Thunders absolutely tore the roof off. Yeah, so and they came out with a new album recently.
They did, yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but I think they.
I don't know the title, but didn't they play at One Night Stand last year?
They did, yeah.
But I like the music as well.
Yeah, they're good. They did a song with Hoods called 21 Grams. Have you heard that?
Yeah, the Weight of a Soul.
Yeah, Weight of a Soul, just 21 grams. Yeah. 21 grams. Yeah.
Damn, I wish I knew the lyrics.
Yeah, same. I did. I was listening. Yeah. I've listened to it a lot. And Suffer in that song, Suffer, part of the Hilltop Hoods, one half, that's one of his best verses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Thunder's definitely an honourable mention.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, well, that's good. And how long have we been speaking for? Hour and 15.
Hour and 15. You want to wrap it up a little bit?
I think so, yeah.
All
right. Thanks for listening, everybody, and getting to know us a little bit more. This one here was a bit of more of a relaxed conversation that we're having. Hoping for you to understand where we come from when we speak about topics that we like. Yeah. Yeah,
100%. It's good also to get to know you a bit more, even on this and off of this. Do you know what I mean? It's like we chat all the time, but on this is more of a, it's different. It's just a different feel.
Yeah, it's kind of official.
It's official. Yeah. It's kind of cool, and I feel like you're like articulating things that that's in your head that's really good, and it's good to hear that you're top 5. It was good to hear about your religion stuff, and I think more. You're right. Like, knowing where we come from will give us the right to talk on some topics. Do you know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, and people who are watching will understand why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
I just wanted to bring this up one more time quickly.
Yeah. Get some subs.
Get some subs.
Yeah.
Same day delivery. Protein, creatine, amino acids.
Post workout. We've got muscle.
Yeah.
Muscle builders. Yeah.
Anything for everyone, and he's a great dude. So get around it, support him. If you have any questions, hit us up.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.
Namaste.